I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Hello, my Astro family. These are your June 2020 horoscopes with me, Lada from astrolada.com. And 2020 is the year that keeps on giving. June is another roller coaster month that's going to have two eclipses. And as you know, eclipses always bring sudden and unexpected events, twists and turns, and the karmic fated events that turn our life around for better or worse. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have Mercury going retrograde, another retrograde planet, and Venus turning direct. But we'll go one step by step through everything. Before that, I just wanted to announce that June and July I'm dedicating to ancient Babylonian astrology. We're going to be making huge promotions for Babylonian astrology readings, the way they were done 3,000-4,000 years for the kings of this world only. And Rumen Kolev does those readings. They're all discounted 30 to 50%. And it's astrology like you've never seen. He single-handedly revived the astrology of ancient Babylon by translating texts and clay tablets that were lost and forgotten for thousands of years, by learning the language of the ancient Babylonian cultures and rediscovering true real astrology as it existed thousands of years ago. And he's starting also Babylonian Astrology Academy from the end of May, but you can hop on the train anytime you want. It's extremely cheap. It comes up to around $60 per month, and you're going to learn ancient Babylonian astrology from scratch. Also, if you want previous courses, they're all on discount from ancient Babylonian astrology. So do check out the links below if you're interested to be the only group in the world that is going to be studying ancient Babylonian astrology with the foremost scholar and only astrologer in the world who revived ancient Babylonian astrology, basically. So now let's start with the 12 signs.
I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Virgo, sun, moon, or rising for June 2020. Virgo, you're one of the signs that is very strongly triggered this month into action, into quite important life developments, because especially the first 15 days of the month, 15, 20 days of June, your cardinal houses are being activated. I mean, like the axis of the horoscope. So if you're Virgo rising, especially, but sun and moon, the signs that are either opposite or exactly sitting on a cross with you. And the cross is the backbone of the horoscope. So if you're here, Virgo, your seventh house is being activated by Mars the whole month, which means that a lot of, this is relationships. So relationships get activated very powerfully, especially in a way that maybe might irritate you a bit more. Relationships with partners, with business partners, with clients, with everyone, basically. That people are opposing you with Mars, and especially with stronger opinions and their own will, trying to impose their own will on you. And also you can be more forceful with others as well, with Mars being there. And then there is an eclipse the first 2 weeks on the 5th of June, but you'll feel it the whole, I think you're already feeling it in May, you're going to feel it in June as well. Eclipse is happening in your fourth house, family, another pillar of the cross. Family is such an important part of us. So this eclipse is about something coming to a completion in the matters concerning family, maybe a family member leaving, maybe some responsibilities towards a family member completing, or some agreement with a family member coming to an end. Or it can indicate that you're seeing the results of something connected to home and family. Maybe you were building a house for 2 years and now finally it completes. That's the positive thing, to see the results of anything connected to project or relationships with family, with home, with property, and even vehicles. To see the results. Or if you're a real estate person, you might be closing a deal now. To see the lunar eclipses, to see the results of, to to reap the rewards if there are any, But also this lunar eclipse is about letting go and releasing. Something can be taken from you in regards to your home life and family, and some sacrifice, because this lunar eclipse with South Node is about making a sacrifice, about something to do with home, family, parents, parenthood, responsibilities around these. And the sacrifice might have to be done in regards to your career, for example, because the other planets are Sun and Venus in Gemini that are opposing the lunar eclipse. So you might feel a little bit pulled from different directions on this cross. Your partners want one thing, your family, personal life requires other things, you know, and some sacrifice. Well, if partners are pushing for you, or you're pushing, you know, something there, some activity, while your career is pushing on the other side. So you might have to be juggling a lot the first 2 weeks, might be a bit more stressful, especially the first week, around the 4th, 5th, 6th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th of June. It's just push and pull, different responsibilities, with work, with the career, like your boss demands something, your family demands something, your partner demands something. And it's some situation between those three different, and yourself, these 4 different pillars of your life can be creating more stress. But also, as I said, it is some, when the angles of the horoscope are triggered, this is like a square wheel that happens. And when planets push it, it's pivotal events happen. And it's like the wheel gets turned, the wheel of fortune gets turned, but it's a square wheel. So you're like, you know, going down the the road with the car, but things will move. They will not stay the same. There'll be a lot of big changes in different areas of life. The wheel of fortune's changing for you. Despite of a lot of planets being retrograde, it's a bumpy road, but it's not like an inactive month for you, just the opposite. And there is a lot of activity also in your career, your family life as well, but the career, because Venus has been retrograde there. And there might be some crisis even connected to your career, with bosses, with institutions or authority figures or father figures till the middle of June, because of Venus being invisible there, and the need to renew such relationships or even remove such relationships. So some of you might be even revising, should I stay in this career? Is this the right one for me? And when Venus becomes visible from the middle of the month and direct, you can find a new job, you can find a new boss, a new career, or a new project. Or maybe you're working while Venus is retrograde to redo some old project in your career, some old duty or responsibility, to revise it, to make it more appealing, more attractive, more harmonious. Or maybe you're working on very close with the boss or authority figure, and while Venus is retrograde, it can create some crisis or extra efforts. And when it becomes visible, it can restart and renew this relationship with authority figures in some way. Or it can be, when Venus becomes visible from the middle of the month, a birth of a new career project, a birth of a new career. If you're your own boss, the birth of new career responsibilities as well. The birth of some situation that transforms in a positive way your social status from the middle of June onwards. Before that, it's more tense. It's more, requires more patience from you, requires more overcoming hoops and loops and stressful situations. And but after that, things get better and better as it progresses. But Mercury is going retrograde as well. Thankfully, not in a sign that affects you so much, but it's going to get retrograde in Cancer, which is your 11th house. So from the middle of the month, you're going to start revising some friendships. Is this the right person for me? Should I stay in this group on Facebook? Maybe it's not the right thing for me. Questioning, should I belong to this group or to these friends? Or maybe a friend of yours that you haven't been in touch for a long time gets in touch with you now. Mercury retrograde in Cancer in the 11th house. Friends from the past are coming back to you, and current ones are being reevaluated. Or you just have intensified communication and using your and having to use your skills, which is Mercury, for some negotiations and renegotiations of some business project, the 11th house. Or trying to get in touch with your fans or your clients. 11th house is connected to the wider reach you have with others, fans, clients. Maybe because a crisis happens, maybe a client or a fan writes to you and says, I'm not happy with that. And you decide to reevaluate and restructure your approach to your clients, your marketing strategy there. Or maybe you like to recapture old audience. Maybe you'd like to recapture, or you have to recapture old audience, old clients, to redo it in some way, to create, to get in touch with them again, people and clients you haven't heard from, a bit of friends. The 11th house is also goals and wishes and dreams, some old goals or dream of yours that you've been working on, or some project, business project as well, is the 11th house that brings gains of some sort. You might be editing it and fixing it, and some problem trying to solve there. Also, it's income. So some of you might be having to use their skills and communication skills 3 times more to receive an income, or to receive some bonus that they're working towards, to really put the efforts while Mercury is retrograde from the middle of the month till the middle of July. So yes, there is this thing of questioning your goals and wishes, or having to work extra hard for them, and for some project if it's connected to business, or having to, if you're working with large groups of people, revisiting, revising, scheduling will be more complicated, and with Mercury retrograde, that. But at the same time, there is a solar eclipse as well happening in your 11th house. So that's a new energy, brand new friends can appear, brand new at the same time, almost simultaneously. When you start questioning old friends, brand new friends can appear, brand new belonging to groups and organizations, brand new goals and dreams, brand new business connections that can come to you, brand new opportunity for gains or income of some sort. So you might have to juggle both somehow, but it's usually, and it's gainful because it's with Rahu, that eclipse. So those opportunities that come to you will be gainful in some way, and usually stay longer, or those friends as well that come. So interesting, a lot of stuff, as you can see. Maybe you'll have to come back and revisit that video later on in the middle of the month, so you can see how it is going for you. There are a lot of good things and a lot of stressful things can be happening. So a mixture of both, like new opportunities in your career, as I said, that can be very profitable, with authority figures, with institutions. But from the second part of the month, the first might be crisis in those areas. Some having to fix friendships and problems and crises there, but also the opportunities for new ones and goals and dreams and wishes and gains and income. So wow, a lot happening. And the family situation that we talked about as well, with this 4th house, with the eclipse happening there, your living situation that first comes the first part of the month on the table. So very, very hectic, dynamic month with lots of retrogrades, which means frustrations and some delays. But yeah, I think maybe the thing that you'll be very focused on is when Mercury goes retrograde, that 11th house, the second part of the month. So yeah, thank you so much, Virgos. And I hope you can sort out the mess of this month and come and arrange it somehow in order. Thank you.
I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God. Let it go. Clean myself completely so I can get higher above. I will love you more than I could ever love. Let's be found in a